Troy Mays farms around 7,000 acres near Pierson, Manitoba, and has recently been thinking about adding corn to his crop rotation. He decided to put in a half section to give it a try, but wasn't ready to invest in a corn header.
Kind of a trial year for me for corn. I had some 100 acres about 10 or 15 years ago, and it didn't work out that great, so I'm trying it again here this year. I guess it seems like they got better varieties that are suited for Western Canada, and so I thought I'd try it again.
Mays eventually found out about the Corn Pan, a new invention from Flexxifinger out of Assiniboia, Saskatchewan. Product support specialist Ron Wheeler says the corn pans allow grain farmers such as Mays, who don't grow a large number of corn acres, to harvest their corn with the same header they use on their other crops.
The purpose of the pans is to assist a grain combine, grain header in the harvesting of corn. And how we do that is we mount the pans on the same mounting attachment as what we do our crop lifters. And as you see here, we mount the pans so that they're 4 inches up or above the knife.
Wheeler says they've been researching the corn pan concept for several years, and he is pleased with how the pans are helping grain headers efficiently bring in the corn.
Hold the corn up and stand it up to the knife so that you're not bulldozing down, and then we also, any cobs that are lost over with the action of the reel, we're able to save and get them into the machine.
Troy Mays estimates he's harvested about 75 acres of corn with the corn pans so far, and really likes how they're performing in some pretty challenging conditions.
The corn is real tough. It's testing about 28% moisture, and it's tough slugging, a lot of material there. It's a real good corn crop. I don't know, it's yielding 140 bushels an acre, somewhere in that area from what I see so far, and I see there's very little loss. There's no cobs on the ground behind the header. I guess I'm real impressed. I think it's for what I'm after. I think it's going to do the job real fine, really.
Ron Wheeler came out here to the Mays farm and spent an afternoon helping Troy get the corn pans mounted on his 40-foot MacDon header. He says they can be adapted to just about any make of header on the market, regardless of whether it's a draper or an auger unit. The corn pans are designed to be used with the patented Flexxifinger quick detach system.
They are fully adjustable so that as we mount, the two tips of the guards go in here, and we replace the guard bolt with the QD nut, and so that it snaps in there and in place. And then what we do is we customize the fit of the mount to the guard so that it's married up to that model of guard, and then we drill these two holes once this is slid in and customized, and we lock it into place with two bolts.
Once the initial installation of the quick detach system is complete, corn pans can be attached and detached in just a few minutes, ideal for farmers with other grain crops to harvest.
And so they're just quick on and off. You just lift up on the tab back there and off, and it's off. And same going on. You just take and slide her into position and line up your slot with the holes, and it's off.
From their many hours of research, Wheeler and his cohorts at Flexxifinger figured out the best angle for mounting the corn pans.
So that we run a nice 15-20 degree angle here so that we got good cob flow and we have good material flow, and we're open underneath so that the knife can get access to the stalks and do a nice clean cutting.
Each corn pan is all steel construction, including a half-moon deflector underneath, which plays an important role in getting the maximum number of corn cobs into the combine.
And that allows us to come in and take in, for example, on solid seeded corn, so that as the corn comes in, it'll come in on from the top down like this. It would come in along here, and instead of pushing the corn over, it automatically makes the corn stand up and go to the knife, so that we don't lose cobs and we don't lose stalks by pushing it over.
Each corn pan measures 9 inches wide by 32 inches long. They can be spaced 3 inches or 6 inches apart, depending on whether you're harvesting a high or low volume corn crop.
And what that means is we're going between 4 and 5 guard bolts spaces between when we do the pans. When we do it at a 12-inch spacing, we run with a 3-inch gap. When we go to a 15, we go with a 6-inch.
Mays is thankful that he can use the corn pans to harvest corn with his grain header, because even a good used corn header would likely have cost him in the neighborhood of $40,000.
And then a new one, I don't even know, they're well over $100,000 for a new one. So, you know, for myself, if I'm only going to grow a half section or a section of corn, maybe I'm thinking of putting a section in next year. If I can do it this way, it's just a lot more economical, I guess, and as far as I can see, it's doing just as good a job too.
Mays told us it cost him right around $12,000 to equip his 40-foot MacDon header with corn pans to harvest this crop, and unlike corn headers, they're not dependent on row spacing.